Yes, good afternoon everyone. Guten Morgen, guten Abend kwa wale wa jioni. Habari zenu watu wa Mombasa. Yeah, so it has been a minute since I uploaded my previous video on creating wealth in the village. And today here I am again talking to you guys concerning the same issue and the progress of the program so far. So in our previous two episodes, we talked about how we could create wealth in the village using the limited resources that we have around. Yeah, you might find some other people, they have farm produce as their limited resources, whereby they can sell in a small scale to come up with capital that they are going to use in terms of starting capital for their business venture, or maybe if you have an initiative to come up with a certain program. Yeah, let's say for instance you want to start a clothing business, or maybe you want to start a plumbing business, or maybe you want to start a furniture store. You can decide to come up with different sources of income depending on the limited resources that are available in different villages. You might find some other villages farming is their main produce, like it's their main economic activity in their area. Like for us here, we do farming sometimes, like we are from harvesting our maize, and right now being in the me being in the village, I'm thinking of maybe coming up with some few ideas on how I'm going to make this land useful for me, because right now my grandma and my grandpa, they've passed already, and they are the ones who used to do the farming part of it. So right now the land is idle. At least in the previous season, one of my aunts decided to do some little bit of farming, and they planted some maize. They didn't do well, just a little bit for home consumption. Yeah, so right now, me being at home, I would definitely need some few things here and there, but what I'll say is that it's going to take time for me to accomplish each and every idea that I have in my head. But I have to start somewhere. Just like any other youth around the world, they have to start somewhere. You cannot have everything at the same time. Like you want to start a furniture store, so you want to have the power tools, you want to have the human resource, you want to have a working space, you do want to have a marketing platform and everything. It cannot all happen at once, but it's always wise for you to do your research, especially when it comes to the market and the production cost of every business venture that you want to get into, so that you don't waste your money or resources doing something that is not going to give you benefits in the future. So like for my case, in the previous episode we talked about coming up with a furniture store using the limited resources that we have, and I showed you a log which my neighbor had cut down to decide to come up with timber for roofing, but instead the log wasn't good enough because it had a hollow space in between. I showed you that the previous episode, but maybe I'll show you again later. So with that log we can come up with some few different things. So the main agenda of me utilizing the log is because I want to make it as raw as possible. Like most youths in the village, they might not have even a shilling, or maybe a supportive family system around them. So what can they do? In this case, you can rely on your social capital, and in social capital it majorly depends with how well you know how to communicate to people, how well you associate with people. Like for me in this case, I talked to my neighbor. I didn't have the money to pay him, so I talked to my neighbor about the log, and I convinced him that I'm going to utilize it for something constructive, and with it, whatever comes out of it, we are going to maybe I'm going to give him maybe a 10% of it. And one biggest challenge that I've been facing so far being in the village, it's Wi-Fi connectivity. Oh man, that thing is hectic. Or what do you say, man? Yeah, it's hectic, right? Yes. So being a challenge in the village, I took the mantle of maybe talking to my local leaders concerning the same issue. so that we can come up with a solution concerning the same. Because with Wi-Fi, here are my reasons as to why I need Wi-Fi to be connected in the villages. Definitely having Wi-Fi around, one, it simplifies the work and the cost of content creators in first doing research, two, uploading their videos. It becomes very fast, and it's what we need as content creators. Two, it will enhance the economic status of the village, because having Wi-Fi, it makes it very, very, very easy for someone to sell their produce online. They don't have to go around people's villages asking if they want to buy their farm produce, or maybe to buy ABCD, but instead they can just post in their status, or maybe Facebook pages, or maybe TikTok, and people from around, they can see what these guys are selling and they can purchase. Three, having Wi-Fi connectivity, it helps. Not so many people in the village here have gone past secondary school, and it's not because they are not bright, but it's because of resources. There is no school fees for people to be able to take their kids to school. So they rather just have them at home, do whatever they can. Most of the times, yes. What are you saying? Hey guys, say hi to my dog here, man. I've just made him take a bath. He doesn't like it. Hey, man. Look at him. Shy dog. Yeah, so like I was saying, being a challenge whereby you find most people don't have the resources to take their kids to school, it becomes easy for them having a Wi-Fi connectivity in the area, whereby they can just go into e-learning platforms, and they can take some few free courses here and there, like digital marketing, analytics, and spreadsheets, all these things, and someone can be informed. And with that, you add value to that person, and maybe having an opportunity to a career. Something else, it's you are connected to a vast you are connected to a lot of people who are doing the same thing that you intend to do. Like for instance, we have Facebook pages whereby they have entrepreneurs, they have plumbers, they have people who are doing carpentry and all that. So you having access to Wi-Fi connectivity, it simplifies your network platform, whereby you can connect with other people sharing the same vision, and with that you can grow both knowledge-wise, and at the same time you can spread your wings in terms of connections and all that. So it's very, very vital. And another thing is that you get connected to mobile paying methods, because with us having Wi-Fi around, being connected to the villages, not just in my village. My idea is to have, like, every village in Kenya, in Africa, to have connectivity to Wi-Fi, because once that is done, then it means that even someone who's abroad and wishes to pay for your product, let's say for instance I have a very beautiful sofa and I'm selling it online. There's someone who's in the US or maybe in Europe who intends to buy that sofa for the parent. But if we don't have online paying platforms, because we lack Wi-Fi, then it becomes difficult for them to pay for that product, which limits our resources or our sources of money. So with Wi-Fi connectivity, it becomes easier, and that is the way that we want to go as villages. And it makes it even more affordable in terms of marketing, because the traditional way of marketing, whereby you have to go around, talk to people, and maybe go to a market somewhere, maybe on Thursdays and Wednesdays, so that you can sell your goods there, and people who are interested, they can buy from you. You cut that one short. Like, you can be having your own market from Monday to Sunday. Like, you just post it on social media and people are just seeing whatever you're selling, and if they're interested, they buy from you. And that is what makes it even more like you have a lot of time to do other things. Like it limits the time frame whereby you have to go physically and sell your products. Because right now you can just post it on a Facebook page or maybe status and you go do your farming. And if you get a notification that someone is interested in that product, you can respond to them and deliver it. You see? So there are a lot of advantages of having Wi-Fi in the villages. That is why I am advocating for connectivity in the villages. I know one of the challenges that we face as villages that makes us not lucrative to so many Wi-Fi providers is that we are not having so many houses or maybe people who are capable to afford to pay for a Wi-Fi connection. So for business people, to them, they don't see it as a priority or a business a venture or maybe worth the sacrifice to do it. That's why I'm insisting on having our local leaders. Let us do a cost share with these business people during the installation period. If their expenditure is around 1 million, this is a development project. Let us talk to them. Since it's a 1 million installation project, let us cost share. Let them have the 500,000 shillings and then like a 50-50 share. So with that method, it makes it even easier for them. They will continue having that payment with the minimal house connectivity because not so many people can afford, but at least we will have connection. And with due time, like as time goes, like after a year or two, after 3 or 4, then people are going to connect because it will also encourage people from the towns. They can come back to the villages, they can do some farming, they can do some different types of jobs, and they are assured that they are going to have the same opportunities like the urban people, the way they are having. Like for instance, you can have your product in our village here. Like right now I'm in Kambe. Right here you sell to someone who's in Nairobi through online platform, and I can just deliver and I make my money. So I don't have to sell my oranges that I've harvested from my farm using a kiondo or a bucket, going around selling one at 5 bob, two at 10 bob. It's tedious and very hectic. So I'm advocating for Wi-Fi connectivity because it helps me, it will help you, and it's going to help even your community back in the villages. Yes, so if you feel like this is a very viable point that we need to be focusing on as villagers, drop your comments in the comment section, like, subscribe, and we keep on engaging so that we can have a lot of opportunities concerning how we are going to develop our villages business-wise and making it even more competitive for everyone who's living around here to compete with other people around the world. So until next time, cheers, bye, adios, kwaheri. Yeah, tuonane tena siku ingine. By the way, my dog over here, yeah, you see that guy, ametupatia watoto guys. Tumepata watoto watatu, three puppies. We have some 3 puppies there here. I've put them here so that they can have that warmth. They've already been taken care of by their mom, but yeah, so that is what I'm having. So that also is a business opportunity. Like in the village here, people will not buy puppies, but this is a Japanese spinster. With this type of a dog, if I have around 10 or 15 puppies and I want to sell maybe for someone who's interested, it's very easy for someone in the urban area to buy such puppies because it's quite expensive, to be sincere, for a village person, in the range of maybe 10,000 to 20,000 per dog. Then if I decide to do that business in the village, it will be a waste of time, simply because I won't have people who are able to purchase that product. But with Wi-Fi connectivity, I can very easily sell to anyone around the world because they can see whatever I'm selling, and it becomes very efficient in terms of operating with a very wide type of market because I don't limit myself since I have Wi-Fi connectivity. So let's interact, let's keep on talking, and let's build our villages to make them better. Remember, old money, new money. It's about connectivity, empowering youth, and making sure that we develop as villages and as youth in the country, like in our country, Kenya, and other parts of the world as a whole. Thank you so much. See you next time. Adios.